Chat, we are cooked. I'm sorry. All right. I am coming at y'all a little bit late today because I just came back from a Kendrick Lamar concert. You see the shirt? You see the fit? I ain't gonna lie. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Rate the fit before we get into the action. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I saw the score though. I saw the score. I'm not gonna lie, the whole stadium saw the score. I swear in my section there were like 10 people just tuning into the game on the side. Self-admittedly going into this video, this is not a game that I watched through and through. However, I do have some takeaways from what I did see because again, during the concert, hey, Luther was playing "Ego In Out." I'm watching pause. I'm watching the game. Oh fuck! JT just hit a three. I'm saying specifically, I did watch a big portion of the first quarter, and then the tail end of the fourth quarter. Kept up with it through the scoreboards just to see what was going on. It seemed like the best game of the series so far in terms of being close throughout. You know, the first three games of the series have been blowouts. So at least for y'all, wasn't for me. I bet it was nice to see a very close game. But looking at the box scores for this game, this, even from what I seen, this looked like the JT game. This looked like the JT game we've been waiting for. 42 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals, 2 blocks. This was looking like the master class that I was waiting on. In terms of everyone else, Jaylen Brown had a Jaylen Brown game. Let me just put it that way. And Derek White brought in some contributions. Peyton Pritchard brought in some contributions on the offensive end, but it didn't look like much contributions were made from everyone else. And I'm not gonna lie, the main thing that stands out to me is Kristaps Porzingis only played 24 minutes. Only had 7 points, 2 of 6 shooting from the field. Once again, not a very impactful outing for Kristaps Porzingis. On the other side of things, Jalen Brunson going band for band with Jason Tatum. 39 points, 12 assists, 5 rebounds. Hit some really, really clutch shots late in the fourth quarter from what I did see. Got some really good contributions out of Cat. Shot 11 of 15 from the field with 11 rebounds. Mikal Bridges also had some big shots as well from what I seen. OG had a good outing. This was the all-around performance that the New York Knicks needed from their squad, and they fucking delivered. So, I'm going to just be straight with y'all, man. I'm going to just take it like a man. Pause. The Celtics season is cooked. It's done. The Celtics are down 3-1. And the reason why I am making this take specifically is from what we've seen with Jason Tatum at the end of the game, and also how the Knicks have been executing their wins. The Knicks have figured out the Celtics, okay? The Knicks have figured out the Celtics, how they specifically need to beat them, and they have executed that to a T this series, right? But also Jason Tatum is out for the series. I'm sorry. From everything that I've seen, Jason Tatum had a non-contact injury late in the fourth quarter. I seen him grimacing. The last time I seen him like that was Game 7 of the Miami Heat series in 2023, but I'm not gonna lie, this even looked worse. He couldn't put any pressure. I believe it was on the right leg. He had to be wheelchaired in the back. It just looked really bad. And then I'm reading some reports that, this may, not arguably, but this has the potential to be an Achilles injury, a torn Achilles injury. Like, this is how bad this injury is. So getting a torn Achilles injury in May, this dude may not be back till February next year. So this is a very big blow for the Boston Celtics franchise as a whole. Down 3-1. So now it's not even about this series anymore. It's about next season. This is just a really, really big blow. And it just hurts that it happened during his best game of the series. during his best game of the series, especially after all the hate that he's been getting. But again, don't want to take away credit from the New York Knicks here on a serious note. They have been balling the fuck out. And the reason why I feel like the New York Knicks have figured out the Celtics, and I'm not going to lie, the Pacers kind of sort of figured this out last year, but they just didn't have good late fourth quarter execution. The name of the game with the Celtics is to just keep it close. The name of the game with the Celtics is to just keep it close, because their fourth quarter execution is very, very hit or miss. On the contrary, the New York Knicks have some of the best fourth quarter execution in the league on the back of Jalen Brunson. So literally all you have to do, not literally, definitely easier said than done, especially with how the Celtics can get hot and get on these 20-30 leads, and I don't give a fuck, you know, how easy it looks now in 2025. Coming back from 20 is still not a position you want to be in. But the Knicks have made this series a game of, yo, let's just keep it close. Let's just keep it close. We have Jalen Brunson on our side. Mikal Bridges has come up really, really big in this series in clutch time moments. And let's just roll the dice out and out-execute these motherfuckers. Because down the stretch, Jaylen Brown, in year 10, year 11, whatever year it is, fourth quarter execution just is very hit or miss with these guys. We know the tale with Jason Tatum in the clutch. Very hit or miss. This season he was actually pretty clutch. But in the playoffs, still a different environment, a different story. I still don't, this is not to me, a very hit or miss guy in the clutch. And outside of that, you're relying on, some old role players like Al Horford, Porzingis, and Drew. Derek White. I fuck with Derek White. But again, long story short, the game plan the New York Knicks have chosen is to just keep it close, and they have executed it to a T. So shout out to the New York Knicks. I think the Celtics are cooked. If they extend this to 7, good for them. But the season is over. The back-to-back hopes are over. It is just done. And it's okay. Just gotta come to terms with the season. I have maintained that the Celtics had the best chance to repeat in this modern post-2020 era, but we are in the parity era. There's been a new champion for the last, ever since 2019. There's been a new, technically 28, since 2019, there's been a new champion in the league. There has been no repeat, championship winner since the KD Warriors. This is just what the league is now. You know what I'm saying? So glad the Celtics got their one in. I still think they're going to be a competitive team moving forward. But I told y'all to slow. We'll get into those end of the season conversations once the season actually ends, because there is a lot to talk about the Celtics here. Especially with the second tax apron, what they should do in the offseason. But right now, I'm just wishing the best for Jason Tatum when it comes to that injury. Shout out to the New York Knicks, for out executing the Boston Celtics. I've been trolling a lot in this series. I've been talking a lot of shit, and I just gotta eat my words. Because the Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks have been balling the fuck out. I will say this: the only petty conversation I really want to have today is calling out losers like this. Shout out to Dama for calling this motherfucker out. Now is not the time to make jokes like this. I get it. Jason Tatum is the fun guy. Not the fun guy. He's the guy to shit on because he's corny and very memeable. But this dude potentially just tore his Achilles and severely injured himself. And people just cannot help to make Jason Tatum can never do anything original jokes. Like, I get it. A couple days ago, the whole, this is the Kawhi celebration. He can't do anything original. But if y'all are doing memes like this at a time like this, y'all are fucking losers. Making fun of hurt people, making fun of injured people. That's some loser ass shit. Absolutely. But with that being said, enjoyed my night. I am tired as hell. It is 12:34 right now. I just drove in 50 minutes of traffic. And stood up for like 3 hours. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to SZA though. You know what I'm saying? If it was up to me. Shout out to the Knicks. And I'm out of here, man. Peace.